comes to mind when you hear the word technology? High-tech gadgets like smartwatches? Virtual reality? That's only part of it. Technology is the use of scientific knowledge to solve problems or invent tools. It has been making life easier for millions of years. Stone Age tools were the first examples of technology. Some scientists believe primates that predate humans used primitive tools millions of years ago. It is believed that the wheel was invented in 3500 BCE. Thousands of years later, two more transportation advances changed the world again. The first of these inventions was the rudder. That is the part of the steering system of a ship that controls direction. The second major advancement was the compass. Around 1,000 years ago, people began using compasses to navigate. Before that, people relied on the stars to guide them. 400 years later, the printing press was invented. The printing press made mass production of books possible. As a result, many more people gained access to information and education. The inventions of the rudder, the compass, and the printing press helped launch the modern era. As people explored, they exchanged ideas. Knowledge spread. Indigenous people had their own technology long before Europeans arrived in North America. They invented kayaks, canoes, and snowshoes. They also developed farming methods and hybrid seeds. The first people in the Americas cultivated many types of corn, beans, and squash that we still eat today. The mid-1800s to the mid-1900s was a time of great change in America. It's hard to imagine how different life was in 1844. That is the year Samuel Morse sent the first telegraph message. At the time, there were only 26 states. In the 1800s, people traveled by horse-drawn carriage. Most Americans had never heard of a flushing toilet. Antibiotics did not exist. Over the next 125 years, the world was transformed. By 1969, Americans had landed on the moon. 125 years isn't as long as it sounds. Think about the people who lived through these changes. There were people watching the moon landing who were born before the automobile was invented. The technology that developed between 1844 and 1969 changed life in America. Organ transplants and vaccines extended our lives. Cars and planes gave us the freedom to travel. Air conditioning made us more comfortable. Inventions like seat belts and airbags made us safer. Vacuums and sewing machines made household chores easier. Radio and television entertained and informed us. Technology continues to advance at an incredible rate. The 50 years since the moon landing have brought us some of the inventions we use the most. The first personal computers were produced in the 1970s. Today, we walk around with little computers in our pockets and on our wrists. Most of us can't imagine life without the internet. The advances of the last 50 years have changed family and community life in our world. Cell phones, email, and social media have brought us closer in some ways. We can talk to someone on the other side of the state, or even the planet, using a device that fits in our pocket. We can send messages to anyone from just about anywhere. That's pretty incredible!